Hello and welcome to the demonstration of Twitter API. My name is Ranjit and me and my teammate have built a Twitter API uh, using F# as part of our final project in our distributed operating systems principles class, and we have used JSON to for communication to and from the server API, and we have used WebSockets, which will be sending tweets to users who are currently logged in, and if there are any mentions of a particular user, even that those tweets and that information goes to a user mentioned, or all the followers of a particular user if a tweet has been tweeted by that user using WebSockets. And right now let's start by starting the server. And to start the server, first we have to go to the project file and use the command .fsi, file name .fsx, and as soon as we execute the command, the server starts at this location. So this is a default location at which the server starts all the time, so it's easier for the client communication and all. So as you can see, we have two clients opened here on two different browsers, as we wish to use two users to demonstrate how the working of the API is going on. So let's start by registering two users. First, let's have a user named Trent, and once we register him, as soon as we register him, here the status bar gets updated to user successfully registered. And here is the login bar, and let's log him in, saying this name. Yeah, as soon as we give the correct credentials, the user gets logged in successfully. And let's go ahead and make a new tweet. So here this user has made his first tweet, so that's about. Let's now register the second user. Let's call him Nico, and give him a password and register him, and log in him as well. And as you know that right now we still haven't made the username Nico follow Trent, so obviously his previous tweets and all won't be coming to the second user. So let's start by making him follow the first user. So as soon as he follows him, he gets all the tweets that the first user has previously tweeted. And now let's also check if the live tweet is working. Like if Trent posts a tweet, it ideally has to go to Nico, saying this is the tweet. Let's see if that's happening. So let's say this is the tweet. Let Trent tweet it now. So as soon as it tweets here, we get it here. And previously when we followed Trent, here Trent gets this message saying Nico started following you. And now let's go and check on the what's happening here. See, as you can see, we just tweeted it from Trent's page, and now here it's on Nico's. Using WebSockets, we are able to achieve this communication, live communication. Now he gets the new tweet of best atmosphere and field, and so that's how the live tweets and things are happening. Now let's mention user, like let's see how that's working. So this user is mentioning the first user even though he's not following that user. As he has mentioned him, this tweet has to go into Trent's feed. So as soon as he tweets this, Trent gets in his feed saying that Nico mentioned you in a tweet. So this is how it's all working using WebSockets. And now let's retrieve hashtags of a particular topic, and you want to get all the tweets made from this particular tag. And so as soon as you search for it, these are all the tweets we've made today, and this is the one that matches with this particular hashtag. So that's how this is the demonstration, like how everything works perfectly. Let's see, now let's just like log out a user, and try tweeting. Now there isn't any user logged in. Let's say you want to tweet this. As you can see here, clearly we can't tweet because the no user is logged in. uh, let's also see how this is happening from the user, like what's the response from the server and all by currently logging in with a user. Let's give a wrong credentials. As you can see here, I have given incorrect username, and as soon as I do that, I get a bad request error response from the server because I have given incorrect credentials. And we also get a response saying that the status is 400 and it's not acceptable. So then we know that, and here it gets updated in the status bar saying that the login credentials are invalid. So now let's see, as soon as we give new credentials and login again, we get user is successfully logged in, and here we get a new response which says status is 200, which means it's okay. So basically all the communication to and from the server and client is done this way. Whenever the processing in the client in the server side is done properly, we get a response of 200. If there's something goes wrong, we get a bad request saying, yeah, this credential is not valid, or you can't tweet because the user is not logged in, and things like that. So that concludes the demonstration part of it, and I just want to add one more thing into it. Let's say that the second user has logged out completely right now, and since the second user is following the first user, obviously let's tweet something from him. So as soon as he tweets, the user named Robo Nico is not logged in right now, so he won't get this tweet until and unless he logs back in again. So as soon as he logs in, he gets this tweet from Trent saying, I am awesome. So what we're doing is, like, if a user is not logged in as well, once he logs in, he gets all the tweets that he has missed in this while, like you have been out for a day and you want to know what's happening. Yeah, so this is how the user gets to know, like he gets the entire list of tweets that he has missed, or the latest tweets that are happening. So yeah, that concludes the demonstration of the client and server, and I would like to quickly go through the WebSocket implementation in the server side. So first, as soon as a user is logged in, the server sends a message to the client saying the login is successful, and once if the login is successful, we send a request to this endpoint of WebSocket saying initiate a handshake and establish a connection between these two sockets. And once we establish that connection, what we are doing on the server side is we are taking a map and storing all the user names as key, and their values will be their unique WebSocket which they are connected to. So whenever, like, we ping on to that particular WebSocket, that client gets a message. So as you can see in the previous demonstration and all, that uh, both the users were able to get their messages separately. Like if a person is following another, he is able to get all their tweets, and if they are mentioned, they are getting that information. So that's achieved using these WebSockets. So yeah, that's everything from the server side.
My name is Sai Pavan. Now I'm going to show the demonstration of how we used WebSockets in our client part. As soon as a user is logged in, the server sends a 200 message. The 200 message tells us that the login is successful. Now a function to create a WebSocket is triggered. This function opens a WebSocket in the URL present where our server is hosted. As soon as the WebSocket is created, it acts as a communication channel between the client and the server. The communication is two ways. That is, there's message passing from the the client to the server as well as the server to the client. The WebSocket is alive until the user is logged out or until the server is closed.